Hey, what's going on, people? Welcome to another installment of Tony's Take. Forgive the quality of my voice. I just woke up, so I probably have that wake-up voice, but I am so fired up right now. I got to get this out of my system. And yes, I wake up just mad. It's just a normal thing. I need to talk about Street Fighter because, man, this launch was fucked up. All right, so I had gotten a review copy day before launch, right? And what I got, literally, it was just training mode and versus mode. I'm not talking about versus mode like arcade mode. I'm talking about versus mode against another person. Kinda doesn't work when you're like living alone, basically, So useless. I was just playing training mode. I'm like, okay, whatever. This is like a pre-launch thing. The game ain't ready. I'll forgive it. A couple hours after that, this was still before launch. Arcade mode went up, and a little bit of online went up. Online was kind of like on and off. You know what I'm saying? Like. It was working sometimes and it was not working others, but I got to play a couple matches. It was cool, Arcade mode, I was actually kind of like happy about it because basically in old arcade mode you have to fight 10, maybe 16 dudes just to see the ending of a character. So I like the fact that this time around you only have to face like 3 or 4 characters in story mode. You get their story, right? Cool, whatever. It was very, very bare bones in the fact that it was just a couple of still pictures. But, I like the pictures they were showing. It was kind of in line with other Street Fighters. So it was fun, Like I knew they were going to have the bigger story mode later on after that. But whatever, I could forgive it, right? Then the game actually launched. And the online wasn't working at all. It's like, okay, I'll forgive this thing being all jacked up before launch. At launch, no. Like, I'm trying to get in, I'm trying to get in some games with my buddies. Can't do it. We're just in a lobby, play on PlayStation, just talking to each other because we can't do it in the actual game. It's messed up, and it sucks because I was so hyped for this game. Like Street Fighter, for you guys who don't know, Street Fighter was my bread and butter during all of the '90s. Like from Street Fighter 2, all its iterations, Street Fighter Alpha, all that stuff, man. I love Street Fighter, man. Like that was the main game for me in the '90s. So it really hurts that this game launched in this fashion because before this, I had played at E3. I thought it was great. I played the betas. I thought they were good. They were good when they worked, right? I guess the betas were a little bit of a precursor to, the actual game, right? And yeah, man, it's just really messed up. Day one messed up. You can't play with your buddies. None of that. Totally, I was already getting annoyed last night when I'm just in a party, with my boys trying to get in. And I woke up this morning, I guess all this stuff just sank in. It's like, man, Capcom, you fucked up, Oh, man, the actual core game itself, it's very, very solid, right? It's a very good fighting game. It's probably the best fighting game out there. This is Street Fighter. You can't top it. I don't care, if you got your Tekkens or your other stuff. The only other game that could rival Street Fighter is Virtua Fighter. Everything else is second, what I'm saying? Like, Street Fighter is the shit. So having it, be really like that. And here's the thing, all these features, right, are coming in March. Like we're gonna get like a fuller story mode. We're gonna get, I don't know, story mode is coming in June, though, the cinematic story mode. But we're gonna get a lot of features that we want, basically spectator mode, all this other stuff's coming in March, right? So I'm like, why didn't you just release the game in March, right? Like it's we could wait a month, it's not that hard. But the problem is, next week is the Capcom Pro Tour. That kicks off, right? So this game needed to be ready for that. I can't forgive that shit. It's like, listen, and this is something I've been complaining about for a while now. Fighting games in general are catering more and more to tournament players than they are to regular people like me, It's like, like me and you, basically. It's like, listen, I understand the Pro Tour or whatever is big for fighting games. That's great. I want fighting games to have prominence at these Pro Tours. That's a beautiful thing. But you got to think about the regular folks first, and then you let the thing, the tournament stuff come later. I mean, look at Smash Brothers. Smash Brothers isn't even a real fighting game, and that thing's on a tournament thing. You think they cater that to, tournament guys? No, they just put the game out and they have it on a tournament. That's the way it should be. Street Fighter should just be made for, as is, regular Street Fighter game, and then, you put it on the Pro Tour and it'll, do its thing on the Pro Tour. Don't, kind of half-ass the game just so you can have it ready for this tour. It's like, no, you need to have the full game. That's a bunch of horse shit. you know. And I know it's Capcom's own tour, but no, it's inexcusable, man. Like, I really don't know what else to say about it. Capcom royally fucked up like this whole occasion, which should have been a great triumph, you know. We got this awesome game on PlayStation and on PC, you know, the return of Street Fighter, you know, after Street Fighter 4 triumphantly brought the series back. This should have been a moment for celebration. Instead, it's all messed up. And like I always say, gamers are willing to forgive a delay. They're not willing to forgive a fucked up launch. And this game, you know, like, we'll eventually get a really good game out of this. I don't doubt that. We're gonna get a fantastic game, a fantastic full game, you know, full of features, all of that, right? But it's, people are still gonna look back at this moment and be like, yo, you guys screwed up. You know, it kind of cuts faith in Capcom, you know. Man, it's bad. So, you know, again, you know, hopefully things will be fixed up, but this moment, unforgivable. All right, so that's it for this video, guys. Let me know what you, I really want to know what you guys think about this whole Street Fighter situation, you know. And specifically, I want, you know, to hear it from guys who have bought the game. I want to know what you guys feel about, you know, spending a full $60 on this, you know, and you can't even play with your buddies. It's crazy. All right, so once again, I was Tony from the Koalition with another Tony's Take, and I will see you around next time. Later.